What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and I've got a Walmart update. I know a lot of people are probably like, what? Walmart update? Yes, absolutely. I've got some deets to drop about Walmart. I think if you are either selling on Walmart or still want to sell on Walmart, this is the video for you. So I'm super fired up. We're not going to make this a professional video. I don't even have the camera fired up, but I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so what's up with Walmart? Two really big updates. Walmart is becoming once again another viable option. Remember last time around I told you guys that this kind of crap would regularly happen with Walmart. There might be sometimes where they allow you to get on there and then sometimes they don't. And guess what? They seem to have gotten their shit together. The other fantastic thing is sellers are having a lot of success on there. So whoever is left on there or whoever is getting on there, they're both having a ton of success, and that is simply because they've washed out and gotten rid of almost everyone. You'll recall from last year that they began suspending people for something called a valid tracking rate. And that was more or less not being able to provide Walmart with the real tracking. Real tracking was not being given. Everybody was using a fake tracking system. And to this day, there's still people that use that. There are still people that get away with that. But let me tell you what Walmart has done. They've done a couple pretty cool things. They've obviously began to get a little bit more forgiving of their sellers, for one. Number two, they've tightened up the restrictions on who can get a Walmart account. And that is the real key here. So now they're looking for much older and more established business to allow them to jump on their platform and sell to their group of customers. And the other problem that sellers were having with being on Walmart is that when we were drop shipping stuff, it was being drop shipped from Amazon. And when the Walmart customer got an Amazon box, they were clearly pissed off. They were clearly outraged, and more than likely they were complaining to Walmart. Now, Walmart did not take this lightly. So as soon as they found this information out, they began to suspend sellers at ridiculously high rates. And not just that, they weren't tolerating shit from anyone. On top of the suspensions, they began to just permanently ban people. They got rid of them. They threw them off the platform. They said, guys and gals, if you're sending shit from Amazon with Amazon boxes, we don't want you on our platform. We are permanently banning you. That happened time and time again. Again, that happened primarily for the tracking rate being invalid and for people sending boxes from their primary competitor, which is Amazon. I mean, it's really bad business in their eyes, and it's also become really bad business in Amazon's eyes, and they are just suspending people at ridiculously high rates. So those are the two big things that have been happening with Walmart. So what does that mean? Does it mean that it's time to jump back on? That is the million-dollar question. And here is my opinion on that, and if you should be looking at getting into Walmart or if you shouldn't. So if you have been sitting on the sidelines and at one point were interested in jumping into Walmart and then just didn't do it for one reason or another, then now is a good time. And I will give you a tip as to how to make that happen and how to almost guarantee and ensure that you get into the Walmart platform. Because remember, they're being extremely strict on who is accepted into the platform and who is not. So that's one big thing. If you got permanently banned before and or suspended before, and you're still kind of like butthurt. I'm one of those people that are included. I'm very butthurt. Like it was rough thing what they did. Then it's going to depend on you. A lot of people invested a lot of money and then they just weren't able to make a return on that money, and it's lost cause unless you can still get in there. And there's a couple tips. There are a couple tricks that you can use to jump in. If you still are in that group of people, or if you're in that group of people is what I meant to say, then yes, now would be a decent time to jump back in if it's not going to hurt you financially. The margins are terrific on Walmart right now, as are the profits. There's a lot of sales because there's not many sellers. So yes, I would jump in. If in any other instance, if you are interested in selling on Walmart, then I would certainly do so. And the last thing that I wanted to cover before I said goodbye, and again, if you do want to jump into Walmart, my email is below. Hit me up and I'll tell you a little bit more about the gentleman or one of the gentlemen that I've found that has been able to meet a certain special set of criteria that you need to have if you are going to sell on Walmart. And that's what I'm about to cover right now. So let's talk about this special set of criteria. Let's talk about how people are remaining on the Walmart platform now, although 6 months ago there were a record number of suspensions. That's because they had to think creatively. They had to think a little bit outside the box and a little bit differently from what every other service provider was offering when it dealt with Walmart dropshipping. And that is the simple fact that if there was an invalid tracking rate, that means people were using a fake tracking number. So what had to be done in order for things to start working on Walmart? Well, that is, and this is very complicated. It's a complicated process for the people that have to do it. But as I'm going to explain it here, I'm going to simplify it. And I think you guys are going to understand how people are staying on the platform. It takes a lot of extra steps, which is the really shitty part. But the good thing is that if you get a service provider that automates the entire process for you and does all the work, you don't have to deal with this crap. But let me tell you what that's happening and what's going on. Well, in the past, the way that the Walmart business model would work is you would put all these listings on your Walmart account, right? We all got that. They're listings that we don't have. That's why it's drop shipping. That's why it's so attractive to beginners and very lucrative for everyone. It's because you don't have to have the inventory on hand in order to sell it. So step one, you grab all these listings, you put them on Walmart. They're products that you don't already have in hand or in your possession. And you put them on there and then you start to sell them. As soon as they sell, you immediately buy that product on Amazon, and it's not you, it's your team, and they ship it to the Walmart client and fulfill the order. Now, in that meantime, they're using a fake tracking number to let Walmart know that the product is en route to the client. So Walmart feels all freaking nice and cozy inside. They're excited that their product's going to the customer, and everything looks good, right? Until Walmart either finds out the tracking number is fake or a customer complains about getting the box that says Amazon. So what have the really creative service providers and drop shippers and automation providers done to bypass this particular problem? Here's what they've done. And these are the types of guys that you have to look for when you're out there looking for a Walmart automation provider. What they're doing is they're now using their own warehouses to intercept the Amazon package, and they're completely repackaging that thing. They're putting, in some cases, it inside a Walmart box, and now they are shipping that product to the Walmart customer. So basically all they're doing is they're intercepting that package from Amazon, getting rid of all the shit that Amazon puts in there, making it seem like it's coming directly from Walmart. So the customer has zero ideas that this is coming from Amazon themselves. And now they are using a valid tracking number because they are purchasing their own shipping to the customer and using a valid tracking number. So it all looks 100% legit. That is the big difference. And that is how this business model is now working. And it's now working with astounding numbers. So again, that is pretty much all I got to say about that. The last tip that I want to leave you with is how do you get approved? Because that's the second big piece of the puzzle. People are still having trouble getting approved for Walmart. Well, here is the one big tip that I can give you. This is one tip among others. We've talked in the past about certain qualifications that your business has to have in order to be approved through Walmart. And if you don't have those, then they're not accepting you. But one of the big keys to this whole puzzle and how you can get approved for Walmart right now is an older LLC. So you want to make sure that your LLC is older than 2021. A brand new one will not cut it. They will immediately give you the axe. You're donezo if you've got a fairly new LLC. They won't even look at your application. It's going to get tossed out in the trash. So if you don't have an older LLC, then you're going to need to look at either buying one or getting one through service providers. My service provider does have older LLCs that he acquires for his clients, and he gets the ball rolling, and he has the third-party distribution warehouse that will repackage and repurpose those packages and make them look like they came straight from Walmart. So he's got all that and a heck of a lot more. My email is below in case you want to discuss with me how he can help you. I'd be more than happy to make the contact and put you all together and tell you a little bit more about what he's doing for me. So in the future, I will be bringing some more videos on a brand new Walmart store that we are starting up with this particular business model, which is repackaging the package itself. So I look forward to doing more videos on Walmart again since it's back. And if you have questions or comments, post them below. I always personally answer those. And I'll see you guys next time.